I missed a player on the first attempt, so this is my second try at this. My initial thoughts of the 2026 Minnesota Vikings draft class. The Vikings make 9 selections in this year's class, the most since 2022, and their 5 top 100 picks are the most by the team since 2021. And really, the more and more that I look at this draft class and what they did, the more and more I like it. And if there's a common theme that I can see, they got bigger, more physical, and tougher, and also injected the defensive side of the football with some youth and guys that have played a lot of college ball throughout their careers. Now, I've already spoken on their first 3 picks, and just repeating it, last year the Vikings defense was fine. The run defense was statistically fine, but they also got gashed in the run game by some backup running backs. But on paper, it appears that Caleb Banks, Jake Golday, and Dominique Big Citrus Orange will help shore that up, and I'm really happy about those 3 picks there. But also talking about just getting more physical and tougher. I didn't know much about a guy like Jacoby Thomas, safety, University of Miami, heading into the draft, but from the glimpse that I've been able to get of him, he also brings that physical, tough description as well. And this is a team that's needed it, a team that I see has been compared as less physical than the other 3 NFC North teams, even though the Vikings have had some success against the Bears and Packers and finally have been able to beat the Lions. But I've seen them be given that title in comparison to the other 3 NFC North teams. But I see a vision there. And then on offense as well, I see a vision of what they're trying to do. Max Bredesen, that seems like a Frank Smith draft pick, and he could really see the field early. Damon Claiborne, that also seems like a Frank Smith draft pick as well. And so what I see within this Vikings draft class and why I'm kind of excited about it is I see a vision of what they're trying to do, which is something that I haven't really seen in the past few drafts. And maybe that's because my knowledge of the draft has grown. But as for Brian Flores and a few components of the offense, I see it. Now, I'm not a fan of draft grades and just grading pick by pick initially because we just won't know for the next few years. But if I were to give this draft class a grade based on what they were doing, I would give it a B or B plus. And what's keeping it from an A minus is I understand they need to tackle depth with the health of Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw the past few years, but I just thought there were some better players that they could have taken there at 97. They didn't grab a wide receiver, and they waited a bit for a center as well. And then also, I was happy that they did end up selecting Caleb Banks over Dylan Thieneman, but I feel like they also passed on some safeties as well there in the second and early third rounds, even though I'm happy again with Jake Golday and Big Citrus. But overall, I like this draft and what the Vikings came away with, which is different from consensus, but the consensus boards were all over the place and highly inaccurate, but that's okay. Teams have different boards, and I think Robbie B did a good job.